Okay. So they're starting to record. That's a hint for me to start.
Okay, let's do introductions. Still, we have Donna and Anne. You want to introduce them?
Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Donna Bell. I'm the co-chair for Global with Adriana, and Sarah's our leader there for Global. And I'm also the education chair and the board of director at TIGAR. So I'm anxious to hear all about Colombia.
Great.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ann Downing. I'm Ann Downing. I'm on the Global Committee, and I'm helping to do one of these next month on Ecuador. But today I'm looking forward to listening all about Colombia. Really excited.
Awesome. You know what? I just noticed we have Neela here. Neela, you want to share a little bit about yourself?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hello, sorry about that. I'm driving, but I'm very happy to be here and learn all about Colombia. My name is Neela Esposito. I'm also a member of TIGAR and the committee, the Global Committee. I was born in the U.S., so I have limited, I shouldn't say limited knowledge, but I mean, I know about South America, so it's great to learn more about the investment opportunities globally. And I so appreciate that the committee is doing awesome in educating us on all these different countries. Thank you.
Thank you, Neela. And did I miss anybody? Oh, Sylvia. Sylvia, you want to share a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sorry, I'm in the car too. My name's Sylvia Lopez, and I'm with the Women's Council of Realtors. I'm the event director for 2022. And I love being a part of the board because we get the opportunity to share and learn together as we are today. And I'm looking forward to learning about how we can invest in Colombia.
Awesome. And I believe I have not heard from Nelson. Nelson, you want to share a little bit about yourself?
Good morning, everybody. I'm Nelson Rodriguez with Remix Top Producers in Southern California. What can I say? My parents are from Colombia, and
yes.
I was.
Whoa, all these Colombians here.
I was born in the U.S., but I, of course, consider myself very much Colombian, and I travel quite a bit to Colombia, and I've been interested in investing, but there's always a little bit of a fear factor. So I thought this would be a great way to learn a little bit more about the process.
Absolutely. I think that's why most of us are here. We're interested in investing in foreign country, and this is a great opportunity to learn about Colombia. So Shalonda, you're next.
Yeah.
Are you able to share, Shalonda?
I am actually on a phone call. I'm sorry, but hello, everyone. I'm excited to be here and to learn about investing in Colombia.
Awesome. And Shalonda, so I don't know if you guys know, she has been in escrow for quite a long time, and she is a brand new realtor. So great opportunity for you to start investing in foreign countries, Shalonda. And we also have Claudia. Claudia, would you like to share a little bit about yourself? What country you're representing?
Claudia is my sister.
Hello.
She's from Colombia then.
I am Colombian.
Awesome,
Yay.
Claudia. Well, it looks like Colombia is very well represented in the Zoom. So I would say, did I miss anybody? Has everybody shared where they're from? And
We had Doris and Joffer.
Yeah, plus Jessica left a comment in the chat. So if you want to read it, Sarah.
Okay.
Hello, I am Doris. I work with Juan Pablo Serrano in Colombia.
Oh, nice.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So let's just go ahead and get started. Jessica input her information on the chat. If you all could take a minute to put your information so we can get connected. That is a great opportunity for us realtors to get connected and find out what's going on in your part of the world, and for you also to hear from what's going on in the US. So with that said, once again, my name is Sarah Oswald. I am the Inland Gateway Association of Realtors Secretary and Treasurer. I'm also one of the board of directors, and I'm also the committee chair for our global. So I am super excited to be here. Adriana, let me tell you a little bit about her. She is our immediate past president for our association. She was a past governor for Women's Council of Realtors. She's also currently running to be our treasurer for the Women's Council of Realtors, Women's Council of Realtors, treasurer for the state of California. So she comes very, very highly recommended, and we are honored that she's also part of our global committee. And with that said, I want to introduce you, Adriana Miguel. She's also my good friend. Go ahead,
Thank you,
Adriana.
Sarah. Wow, what an introduction. Do I need to pay you for that one? That was awesome. Well, I had this map so you guys can, some people actually, it's funny, but some people don't even know where Colombia is located in the globe. So that's where I had the whole map of the whole globe. And you can see that, okay, where is my finger here? That Colombia is here, the first country in South America. So I am very excited to be chairing this event. Let me see, what else do we have to say? Well, I am very happy that, well, obviously I'm Colombian, if you guys haven't tell by my accent. What accent, huh? So I am very pleased to introduce Juan Pablo. Juan Pablo, we met through CIPS, we met at National. So we've been talking, for a long time about this. And actually, this is not the first time he's doing this Zoom event. He's been collaborating with NAR and doing these Zoom educational events like all over. And he's participating, with other countries as well. So Juan Pablo, it's my pleasure to introduce you. I know you are a CIPS, ABR, and what is the other one, the designation that you have? You have a whole bunch of designations, so do tell us.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Juan Serrano. I'm from Colombia. I've been a realtor since almost 20 years. I study laws, but I'm the kind of lawyer that got lost into the court because I had never practiced as a lawyer. Always had been involved in real estate because my father was a developer. So since I was a kid, I was surrounded by real estate things. Yes, I became a real estate agent really young. Then I became a broker in 2007. I become part of my board at 2008. I will explain you something about that a little bit later. And I'm an appraiser also since 2010, and also become an international realtor in 2014. That's when I get my CIPS designation. Later, I become a CRS, and later I become an ABR. Also, I'm a trainer here in Colombia. I train into my board, in Santander's board, in Bogota, Barranquilla, Medellin, Cali, Eje Cafetero, Pasto. And also, I've been a trainer in Ecuador. I've been a trainer also in Panama. And also, I've been in some seminars in Peru in virtual events. So I couldn't miss the opportunity to be with you. Even now in Colombia, we are on a holiday. This is Holy Week in Colombia. Right now, I'm in Boyacá. Take a look of the view in which right now I am. But I really wanted to share with you this presentation and of course, know a little bit more about you guys, and making business with you will be great.
Okay, Juan Pablo, just 1 second.
Yep.
I just want to tell everybody that we are gonna make this meeting interactive. If anybody have a questions, you don't have to wait until the end, just raise your hand. You can do it, like this, or we have right in the bottom where you have the reactions. You can raise your hand and then we will call you.
But let's do it. Let's do it like this, please, Adriana, because sometimes I get into this and I couldn't notice maybe someone is.
I can't because I'm looking at everything, so I can't tell you is anybody.
Exactly. So you interrupt, you make the question, okay?
You make it smaller.
And also we are Facebook Live. So if you guys would like to share on your personal pages, go to the Inland Gateway Association of Realtors and you will see a live there and you can share into your personal Facebook pages. That way we will make this like a global event that it's supposed to be. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, great. Okay, so let me share a screen with you guys. Okay, this presentation will be divided in 3 parts. Yep. First of all, I'm going to describe you. Give me a second to describe you how the real estate business works in Colombia. Second, I'm going to show you some features of Santander, my market, and then I'm going to show you some prices of properties you may find on our MLS. So as I told you, my name is Juan Serrano. Well, here is all my information. Let's start with the real estate system in Colombia. Well, we had an entity called Fede Lonjas here in Colombia. That entity is the sister entity of the National Association of Realtors in Colombia. That entity was founded in 1974, so it is 48 years old. And that entity is the entity that groups all the lonjas. Lonja will be the similar term that we use in Colombia for board, yeah? So we had 32 departments in Colombia and we had 20 boards, 20 lonjas that covers all those 32 departments. MLS are something really new in Colombia. Of course, all of you have known MLS since forever because first MLS was in 1890, I guess, something like that. But in Colombia, the first MLS born around 2003, 2005, something like that. It was in Medellin. They make the first MLS. Those are the MLS that are already existing in Colombia. So we had an MLS in Medellin, we had an MLS in Cali, we had an MLS in Barranquilla y el Caribe. We had also an MLS in Santander. But what is something that I wanna share with you and it's something really important for you. On those all 20, sorry, we had also an MLS in Bogota. On those, the MLS in Colombia, the only MLS that has exclusive listings is Santander. All the other MLS has exclusive listings and open listings. Why is that? Because in Santander, we used to, before we create our MLS, we got our CIPS designation. So when we start our MLS, we wanted to emulate as much the American system. So that's the reason, because in Santander, it's an obligation that if you are uploading any listing, it must to be in exclusive as you work in there in United States. So it will be very easy for you to share with us commission or something to make business because we have exclusive listings. So there won't be any mistake, there won't be any problem about that, okay? So let's speak a little bit about how the real estate work in Colombia. We have real estate companies. Those companies sell properties and also lease properties. But there's something really peculiar about Colombia. The main business of the real estate companies in Colombia is to lease properties. But why? Because more than leasing, more than renting properties as you do in the United States, we administrate those properties. So in Colombia, the normal thing is that if you had a property and you want to put that property for leasing, that real estate company that is going to get you your tenant also is going to administrate you the property. So that will be something very important for you guys if you are going to invest yourself, or if you are going to get clients to invest in Colombia. Almost every company, every real estate company in Colombia administrate the properties. So you won't have any problem about if something, you have to fix something on the property, or if the tenant is not paying the rent or whatever. Those properties are going to be taken care of you. So the main business in Colombia is to lease properties, and sell properties is something that it is just becoming a good business now for the real estate companies. That's the reason, because MLS are new in Colombia, because most of the companies have been working 50 years, 80 years. We have companies that maybe have more than 100 years, and on all those 100 years, they just dedicate themselves to rent properties and maybe making 2, 3, or 4 sale of properties in the month, or maybe even less, and big companies, big name companies. So that's one of the reasons also that we don't have a license to operate in Colombia in real estate. Yeah. What happened with that, and what you have to take care about that thing when you are sending a client to buy a property here, or are you going to invest in yourself? That when you are buying properties in Colombia, is very important. It's very important to get a very, very good real estate agent. How are you going to learn, and how are you going to find out who is a good one? Well, there is, when you go to Federal Lonjas and you find all the lonjas that we had, the 20 lonjas, and get a real estate agent that it is affiliated to one of the lonjas, one of the boards that are part of Federal Lonjas. Why is that? Because we had an auto-regulation system. What that means? That when you start a company, when you start a company to sell properties or to lease properties or to do any real estate business in Colombia, it is not an obligation to be part of the board. But when you become part of a board in Colombia, you are recognizing on that board a superior entity over yourself, and that entity are going to help you make business, are going to give you models of contracts, are going to give you training, but also is going to rule you, and also is going to make you, force you to accomplish a really strong ethic code. So that's the reason, because that if you find out a real estate agent that it is part of a board, and that board is part of Federal Lonjas, you can trust that real estate agent, and you will know that, of course, you are going to make a good business. Besides, of course, if you find that that agent is a CIPS, of course, you will feel more comfortable because you will be speaking the same language of that agent, and you will know that that person had a good training and will treat you with your respect and will treat your clients in a good way. So, how this process works? First of all, of course, you have to take a search. We had the MLS on the main cities. We had an MLS in Bogota, in Cali, in Medellin, in Barranquilla, and in Bucaramanga. So you may find on those pages just properties from agents that are part of the board. So you will feel comfortable, and you will feel safe to make any commitment with those agents. So when you start to make a search, for example, in our MLS, in Santander MLS, you may have the possibility of make that search with dollars. So you may find the prices in dollars, and and that will be very easy for you to know the properties that really you are looking for. So after you make your search and you get in touch with a real estate agent, then the idea will be to make a tour. After you go to a tour and you make an offer, the best way, of course, is to make a written offer. That's what a good real estate agent is going to ask for you, to make a written offer. Then you send that written offer to the other agent who are representing the listing, if it is not the same real estate agent that it is working with you. And of course, if they accept that offer, then you are going to go under contract. So what to take a look on that, and what is the most important thing? That contract is very important in Colombia, and that contract must to have at least these 9 things that I'm going to describe to you. If you have any doubt, please interrupt me anytime you want, and we're going to make any special comments about everything we are speaking about. So first of all, you must identify sellers and buyers on that contract. What is very important on that? In Colombia, when you are signing a contract, it's very important to demonstrate your marital status. So it is something that will be absolutely necessary to evidence when you are buying a property in Colombia. So you must to say your name, complete name, besides your marital status. Also, you must to be over 18 years old. You are able to make contracts in Colombia just after 18 years old, not 21 like in United States or something like that. In here, just with 18 years old, you can buy properties and do whatever. As Americans or as a foreign from any other nationality, you may buy properties in Colombia just with your passport. So it will be something very important when you are identifying yourself, your full name, your marital status, and of course, your ID number. You may buy it without a Colombian ID. You may buy it just with your passport, and then it will be the number of your passport, yeah, the nationality of your passport, and then you may buy a property. If you want to move to Colombia, if you want to spend more than 6 months in a year in Colombia, you must to get a foreign ID. In Colombia, we call it cédula de extranjería. That kind of ID will be very easy for you to get if you are going to buy a property over $100,000. And you can get into the country without that. You can get it just with your passport. You find your property, you buy your property, and after you buy your property, you start to make that process. Yeah. So first of all, identify sellers and of course buyers, both of them. Okay. Second thing must to be identify your property. To identify your property, there must to be 3 things very important. First of all, urban nomenclature. In Colombia, we don't call the streets or avenues by name. It is by numbers. So we had calles and we had carreras. That will be something like a street and avenues. So it must to be the whole number, where it's located, and to which municipality is that nomenclature part of, okay? Then you have a registration number. That registration number comes for the registration office of the country. That registration office, they have registration office not in every city in Colombia. In most of the most important cities, we had a registration office. For example, in Bucaramanga, we had a registration office. And in that office, they give you a number for your property. So your property had that kind of number. And also we had a tax number. So you have two different numbers. It's not the same, the tax number with the registration number. The tax number is going to be given to you by the municipality. That's the number with the one that you had a code to pay your taxes. In Colombia, you pay taxes for properties to the cities, to the municipalities. So there is just one tax. You don't have to pay a state tax or country tax, federal tax. No, you just pay one tax. That tax is paid to the city. So those are the three ways to identify a property, and it's very important to identify a property when you are buying one, okay? Third thing is to describe exactly how the payments are going to be done. There is something also very important for you to know. In Colombia, the only way to buy property, you must to buy it in pesos, in Colombian pesos. You can't buy a property in dollars. Oh, so how are you going to do? No, it's not a problem. You send the dollars from the United States. Those dollars, you can wire it to an account in Colombia, but just until the money is wired in Colombia and the currency has already been made, and if you send, for example, $100,000 and it is equal to, at the moment you make the wire, it was equal to 375 million pesos. So that's the account, that's the amount you are getting into the business. You can't say, okay, I'm going to buy your that property and I'm going to give you $100,000, because that won't be legal. You must to say pesos equivalent to X quantity of dollars. But just until the money is in Colombia and just after the currency has been made, then you know how much money did you put on that business, okay? You have to describe exactly how the payments are going to be done. The normal way, the normal thing in Colombia is when you are going to make when you are going to buy a property, you put in front between 10 and 30% of the price that you agree to buy that property. So, for example, if you are buying a property of $200,000, you have to put in front as your down payment something between $20,000 and $60,000. We don't have in here escrow companies. We don't have in here title companies. We don't have in here inspector. We don't have in here nothing of that. So that's the reason, because it's very important for you to get a good real estate agent in which you can trust, because real estate agents in here must to know about titles, must to know about appraisers, must to know about everything. It's very difficult to be a real estate agent here in Colombia, because you have to really have a lot of knowledge when you are a good one, okay? So you make a first payment. With that first payment, then you have to agree all the other things that are going to be on the business. For example, let's go to the number 4. For example, settle the occupancy of the property. When are you going to be, when are you going to get the possession of that property? So sometimes we say, okay, I made the contract with 10% or 20% or 30%, and then I'm going to give you 60%, and I get in the possession of the property when I made that payment, and then I make a final payment when I sign the deed. Okay? So it's very important to settle the occupancy of the property, normal thing in Colombia will be to pay the whole thing. That will be the normal. So don't get worried if you don't get the occupancy before you sign the deed. It is normal. It will be very important to settle the closest expenses assigned. Why is very important that? Because in Colombia, the expenses assigned are not the same in every city. For example, in Bucaramanga, you will have to pay half of registration, half of municipality taxes, half of notary expenses. But if you go to Bogota, it will be different. If you go to the coast, it will be different. So it's very important to know about this when you are signing your contract and getting the knowledge of how much will it be. Getting you an idea of how much could it be, it could be something like between, when you are buying, it will be something like a 2%, okay? Number 6, very important. Any contract must to have a penalty. If it doesn't have a penalty, then it's nothing. You don't have nothing. So it's very important to have a penalty in a contract. Normal penalty are between 10% and 30%. That's the normal thing we do business in here. Number 7, we have to settle a notary, and we have to settle the date and the time you are going to sign that deed. In Colombia, notaries are not like in United States. Notary will be an office, it will be a big building, and you are going to be on number 7 notary, number 8 notary, number 10 notary. There are numbers for those notaries. For example, in Bucaramanga, we have 11 notaries. So you must to decide in which one of them are you going to sign the deed, in which date, and the exact time in which you are going to be there, both parts signing the deed. If you say, for example, that you are going to be in there at 3 p.m. Monday, yeah? And so you may start a process against that, and you may charge him with the penalty. So it's very important to settle that time. If you can't assist, you have to make an agreement before that and sign a new agreement when you are settled again, scheduling again the sign of the deed. Or you may send, for example, a power of attorney, so someone else will be going to sign that deed in your name. Number 8, it's very important to have an address for you to get any notifications. For example, if you must to start a process or something, you must to give an address. You may give you the address of your real estate agent. That will be okay. That won't be a problem. Number 9, signatures. Of course, you must to sign that. As I told you before, you may give a power of attorney. That power of attorney can be given to your real estate agent, and he can do that in your name. The deed. What is important to have in the deed, and what it will be required for the notary to make the deed? It must to be sent these documents. ID copy of sellers and buyers. So if you're going to buy a property in Colombia, you have to send a copy of your passport. There must to be also a copy of the seller's ID. We need a stop letter from the HOA. It will be very important when you are buying a property, the HOA must to be paid, and you can't have any doubts about that. HOA in Colombia normally is paid by the tenant when you are renting a property. That's something very important also for you to have in your mind when we are speaking about how much will rent you a property. Stop a letter from the city taxes. So when you are signing a deed, you can be absolutely cool that your property don't owe any money to anybody. If there is any taxes that must to be paid, the previous owner must to pay it before signing the deed. It will be impossible to sign a deed if there is any debt. A previous deed copy, that will be important. So if the owner of the property or the previous owner don't give you that, it will be impossible to sign a new deed. You have to present at the notary on time, as I told you, to schedule, and you have that sign must to be scheduled before. At that moment, signing the deed in the notary. You can wire something, you can make it from your cellular, from your cell phone, you can make that, or you may pay it in cash. In Colombia, cash payments are legal. So you can pay the final payment can be made in cash. You can sign in person or through a power of attorney, as I told you before, and you may pay the closest expenses in the agreed proportions at that moment. When you do that, the notary will send you that notary to the registration office. That process will take about a month, and after a month, you will get a copy of your deed, and you can pick it up in there, or you can send someone, or you can send your real estate agent to pick it up for you. Any doubts at this moment?
Any questions? What would you say about, Tony, you have a question?
Yes, I do. How do you become a member of Federal?
Sorry, please, I can't hear you very well.
How do you become a member of Federal in Colombia? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you write it, please, in the chat?
Yeah. How do you become a member of Fede Lonjas?
Seems like you were having bad communication.
Oh, the page of the Lonjas. In there, you may find the page of all the Lonjas, all the boards in Colombia, and you can get in touch with any board. And when you get in touch with the board, for example, you can present yourself as an American realtor. You can say, hey, I'm an American realtor. I want to make business with Colombia, and I want to have a list of the real estate agents of your board. So I may pick up someone, or I may, better idea will be, I want to have a list of the CIPS realtors that you have on your board, and the board are going to provide you all the contacts of all the real estate agents, so you may pick up that agent.
Okay.
Also, the question is, okay, that is to go and look at it, but how can you become a member? How can we register if we want to be members of Fede Lonjas?
Okay. For example, in my board in Santander, you must to demonstrate you have experience of at least 2 years in real estate. Of course, if you are a real estate agent in the United States and you have a license, you can show your license and you can say, hey, I have more than 2 years working in real estate in the United States, so that will be enough. You have to put your name into consideration into the board, the board is going to be examining you. And when you get approval, you have to pay, for example, in Santander, you pay something like $100 every month, and you will be part of the board, and you will be having contact with all the other real estate agents, all the real estate brokers on that city. You may be part also of the MLS if you are in a city where MLS exists, as Bogota, as Cali, Barranquilla, Medellin, and Bucaramanga.
And that is part of the fee that you pay. Is that part of the fee?
I can't hear you.
The board?
Is that part of the
Adriana,
fee? Yeah, he wants to know if that part of the fee for the $100, or you have to pay something
Yes.
extra.
No, for example, in Santander, that's a very good thing. In Santander, when you are paying $100, it is also MLS included.
Okay, good.
And it is MLS are included for all the agents you may find it in here. For example, if you start a company in Bucaramanga and you get 10 agents, you just pay $100 for everything. You don't have to pay anymore else.
Okay, excellent. Any other questions? Okay,
Juan, I
here's
have
the-
a question. Can you give us an idea what the timeline of the purchase from beginning to end, typically how long that takes?
Okay, perfect, Sarah. When you start to make a search and we go on a tour, well, it depends of course, of all the properties, how decided are you to buy a property. But let's say that from the moment you sign a contract until you pick up your deed, it could take a month or less, depending of the speed of the payments. For example, if you had the whole money, you sign a contract, for example, Monday, you sign the deed 3 days after, and then you go to registrations. It will take you less than a month.
Got it. Thank
That is
you.
for cash. We have somebody that put something in the chat, is that Nelson, what are the investment opportunities in Colombia, rentals or Airbnb?
Very good question, Nelson. Airbnb is starting to be regulated in Colombia, so you can't make Airbnb with any property. You can do Airbnb just with the properties that are in a special regime for rentals, like in United States. For example, if it is a condominium, in that condominium allows short rents, of course you can make Airbnb. But if it doesn't allow short rents, you can't do it. So it's very important when you are buying a property and your idea is to make an Airbnb, to ask before that if that condo allows short rents or not. Yeah, that will be the most important thing. Second thing, if you are going to buy a property for rentals, as I told you, Colombia is a very, very, very good opportunity because it's very easy to find companies that are going to administrate your property. So you won't have to be worried about getting a tenant, or if there is something damage in the property of the tenant is not paying the rent or whatever, because companies in here take care of everything. They are going to charge you with a 10% of the value of the rent. But rents in here, if you are buying properties between less than $100, most of properties are going to rent you around 12% per year. Yeah, so it's sorry, not 12%, a 6% per year. You may find also cheap properties, for example, below the $40,000, that are going to be renting something like 8, 9, 10% yearly. Yeah, but are special properties because are studios.
And Pablo,
Okay.
what areas do you recommend the most in Colombia right now? Cali,
Well,
Bogota, where are the best investments where you can get the most return on investment?
okay. Real estate in Colombia is exactly like in United States, in Europe, and everywhere in the world. We have cycles, yeah? So when you are buying in the upper side of the cycle, well, it's a problem because the prices are going to be so high, and if you are going to sell maybe in a year, in 2 years, maybe you make less on money. But when you are buying down in the cycle, you have all the cycle to grow up. For example, Bucaramanga, Ibagué, Neiva are cities that are really down in the cycle. So it's the special moment to buy properties in there because you are having all the way to get a really, really good return. But for example, if you are buying in Bogota, if you are buying in Cartagena, if you are going to buy Barranquilla, if you are going to buy Medellin, those cycles are in the upper side. Something very important for you to get an idea and to get how attractive this Colombian market right now. 2014, $1 was 1,800 pesos. Today, $1 is about 300, 800 pesos. Why is that? Remember the crash of the prices of the oil in 2015, and Colombian economy depends on the oil prices more than 90%. So that's the reason, because our economy crashed, and right now, if you are going to buy a property, it will be half of what you would have paid if you were going to buy it in 2014. Yeah, but now oil prices are recovering, so our economy will recover pretty soon. And of course, the currency is going also to be sending the peso up, maybe at the levels of 2014. So it's a great opportunity for you to invest right now, and it won't be forever. It will be maybe 2, 3, 4 years more, and we are going to equilibrate the currency at that moment.
Did you want to play the video now?
The idea is that, sorry?
Do you want to play the video now?
Yes, please. And at the end, remember, after I'm going to present you some things about Santander, and at the end, I'm going to share with you the screen with the MLS to make some search, so you may have an idea of what kind of property you may find. Okay.
Okay, so the video is about Santander. So I need to share my screen.
Each road traveled, every experience, every new challenge wakes up your senses, your ideas, your dreams. You do not want to settle. You are different. Transform your surroundings. It's why you always want to go further, where dreams have color and landscapes save the strength of culture and evolution growth. This is Santander, Colombia, a region which rises above the great Andes to charm you. With its history, its culture, its natural wealth, and the skills of millions of people who are connected with their work, their passion, their will of entrepreneurship for a region to be more competitive, more interconnected, technified and active, where the surrealistic landscaping merges with a cutting-edge infrastructure, universities, malls, business centers, specialized health centers, and unique tourist destinations. Iran, Florida Blanca, Guanacaste, and Bucaramanga outline the metropolitan area. Known for its culture of innovation, entrepreneurship, and business development, a hub to connect with the rest of the country via air and land. Santander, decision, destination. Our vision, like yours, is to go further. Know your no, Santander is for you. For more information, contact ITAR, International Top Agents Realty, at 57-322-780-4183 or visit itarhome.com.
Okay.
Okay. So
Now
the
you're
guy
back,
you
Juan
hear,
Pablo.
okay, the guy you hear speaking about in the video is my partner, Mr. Terry Yoder. He's an American, and we start this new company called ITAR, International Top Agent Realty. So he, as an American, saw the really good opportunity right now to invest in Colombia, and that's the reason because he found his company with myself here in Colombia in Santander. So now,
Hello,
I'm
everyone.
Oh, it is put it again, I guess. No. So I'm going to show you now a little bit of numbers of Santander. As I told you, we had 32 departments. Department would be the equal word to a state in the United States. So Santander is like an state, it's a department. We have the size of Belgium. We are over 30,000 square kilometers, mixed with valleys, plateaus, and of course with rivers, streams, lakes, and swamps. It's a paradise. We have the second largest canyon of the whole world, the Chicamocha Canyon, and I'm going to give you 5 reasons why to believe in Santander. This is my city. This is Bucaramanga. Take a look. It's a really beautiful city surrounded by mountains. It is a plateau. One of the most important things about Santander is our economic strength. Why is that? Because we are the 4th largest economy in the country. Our GDP is 2.9% of the whole country as the city. We are the 3rd position in competitiveness index. We have the 3rd place in innovation. We have the 3rd place in competitiveness also. Bucaramanga is the capital of Santander. We have 87 municipalities. We had a metropolitan area with Bucaramanga, with 3 other cities called Girón, Florida Blanca, Piedecuesta. Those 4 cities are the Bucaramanga Metro. We had a population of around 2 million in the whole department, and the metro area has about 200,000 people. Very important thing about Bucaramanga is that our economy is divided in 6 sectors, not just in one. So, for example, remember I told you that one of the problems of my country right now is that our economy depends, 90% of the economy of the country depends on the oil prices. So that's the reason, because right now the peso is so low, the dollar is so up. So Santander, the good thing about Santander is our economy depends not just in one thing, depends on services. This is the most important item for us. It's 30% of our economy depends on the services. Why is that? Because we had a special knowledge, not just in the country, internationally also, about health. The health in Colombia is really strategic economic sector, and Santander is the strongest in health in the whole country. I'm going to show you a little bit later about that. Also, we are a university city. We had 18 universities in there. So the quality of education is very important. And that's one of the reasons, because services has a really good share of our economy. Also, we are an industrial city, with especially with shoes. Our shoes are known not just in Colombia, outside Colombia are really known. Commerce, construction, of course. Actually, to get you an idea, the biggest developer in the country is from Santander. It's called Marval. Agricultural also, and mines. So our economy is divided. So that way, even with crisis or whatever, our sector doesn't get really hit. We had foreign trade, especially with United States, with Asia, and with Latin America, but most of our exports are made to United States, especially, as I told you, in shoes, also coffee. Also in Santander, we had mines of gold, and we had also oil, but oil and gold are something that can be just taken for Colombian state. So it is not a private thing, it is something like public. Infrastructure and logistics. Our rail connectivity is really good because most of the cities are connected with us just with 1 hour of a flying fare. So it is very easy to get into Bucaramanga. We are located in the heart of the country. We have direct flight to Bogotá, Medellín, Cúcuta, Cartagena, Cali, Barranquilla, Arauca, Pereira, Santa Marta. We had international flights to Panama. We had international flights to Fort Lauderdale. And since a month ago, we had a direct flight to Miami. So it's very easy to connect with us. About logistics, also is very, well, about our infrastructure is very important. We have the biggest convention centers in the east of the country. This is a picture of Neomundo. Neomundo is the biggest one right now. It is located, it has a really good location. It is just across Cacique Mall. This is the biggest mall in the east of Colombia. And we had in there a Holiday Inn. I know that most of you must be familiarized with that name. And it is, as you see in the picture, just into the city. Our city is a really green city, as you see also. It is surrounded by parks. We are known as the city of the parks in Colombia. This is the second largest convention center in the east of Colombia. It is also in here in Bucaramanga. It is called Senfer. And for the logistics, that's very important thing for you to know. We had a free zone in there. That free zone will give you a special regimen about taxes. So if you start an enterprise, a company here, you may find a lot of opportunities, or good opportunities, to make commerce with United States or with any other country. We had a International Hospital of Colombia and Foscal International, as I told you. Those two entities are the biggest in the country, and both of them are located in Bucaramanga. This is a picture of Foscal International. Foscal International is specialized about everything with the eyes. It's very about ophthalmology. It's really known, not just in Colombia, in all the whole Caribbean and in all Latin America. People come to operate their eyes in there from different countries. And this one is the International Hospital of Colombia. As I told you, this hospital is a brother of the Pittsburgh Hospital. And you may, if you go in there, you may find it exactly as if you were in Pittsburgh Hospital, even with the piano. Well, let's speak a little bit about social welfare and human capital. As I told you before, we are a university city. We had 19 universities in here. We occupied the first place in quality in education in the country. In bilingualism is something very important for you also. We had 7 private schools that are absolutely bilingual. So if your kids speak English or your kids or your client just speak English and they are just in high school, they can get in here and they can finish the high school without any problem. We had also other 15 recognized English institutions. So it won't be difficult to find people who speak English for you. We are leader in human capital because, of course, if we are university city, we had a lot of good human capital in here. We had 1,161,000 economically active population. So that gives you a really good strength in our economy. The quality of life in here is really good. It's one of the best quality of life in the whole country. You may find in here wide food offers available. You may find in here also that we have the capital of adventure, San Hill. It is famous for extreme sports. We have Barichara. Barichara is known as the most beautiful town in the whole country. We had also, as I told you before, the 2 specialized permanent free zones in health services. Or if you like golf, and I know that you love golf in Ireland. So we had three golf courses. One of them was certified by Mr. Jack Nicklaus. We had also the 2 largest convention centers, fairs and exhibitions located in the eastern Colombia. I showed you before that. We had the really, really nice universities. And we had very modern shopping malls in here in Bucaramanga. So that's something that will make comfortable anybody who wants to live or to invest in here. This is a picture of El Santísimo. El Santísimo right now is the tallest statue of Jesus Christ in the whole Latin America. This is a picture of Panachi, Chicamocha National Park. It is about 1.5 hours from Bucaramanga. Let's speak a little bit about some of the cost of living. You may find in here a menu of the day below the $3. You may find 1 bed flat, 45 meters in an expensive zone below $341. In a normal zone, $272. That's for rent. You may find public services for that kind of apartment around the $64. You may find a taxi ride over 8 kilometers, weekdays around $7. Dinner for 2 in a regular restaurant at $13. Cappuccino in an expensive area, in an expensive area of the city, just below the $2. Public transportation, we had about 200 buses enabled. We had a very, very, very big quantity of cabs, of taxis around the city. We had a mass transportation system called Metrolinea. Our airport is just 27 minutes away, so it's not far. We had the the most important, for example, University Industrial of Santander. It is one of the best universities. It is 26 minutes away. So it's a city that we can call it a 15-minute city. You may find everywhere in 15 minutes. We have diverse installed companies with foreign investment in here from North America, as those that you are saying, looking at the presentation right now. Very important thing is our Gini index. The Gini index is the one that tells you we don't have a lot of poor people in here. We don't have so much rich people. So most of we are middle class. And that's a really good thing because we had a really good, a better income distribution, one of the best income distributions in the whole country. That's why you don't find in here really highest crime rates, because we don't have a lot of poor. So it's a really, really quiet city, modern city also. This is one of our courts, golf courts in Country Club. This is Barichara. And well, that was it about Santander. Now I'm going to present you, I'm going to share with you
You want me to play
MLS
the video
page.
of the project that you guys have there?
Please.
Okay, so
Yeah,
now
please.
I'm gonna play a video of a specific development that he wants to promote, and maybe some of you would be interested on, in investing there. So let me share my screen.
Hello, everyone. I am Terry Yoder, a realtor from the United States. I have opened my real estate office here in Colombia called TIGAR, International Top Agents Realty. I'm here to introduce you to an exciting community located on a plateau, very desirable plateau in Santander, Colombia. Welcome, everyone, to Ritoque Park House. Luxury, quality craftsmanship, modern open concept design. Enjoy a quality lifestyle in our gated community with all the valuable amenities that you would expect, but at a surprisingly lower cost than in the United States, from $260,000 through $490,000. Situated in a quiet location, far enough away from the congestion and noise of the city, yet only 10 minutes away from quality medical facilities and 20 minutes to enjoyable shopping location. Contact me to find out about the generous commission plan for referring your clients to this luxurious home community.
So do you want to tell us, Juan Pablo, a little bit about the project? What is the percentage? Is it all done? Is it 50% done? And how many bedrooms and how many bathrooms the units are?
Okay, so about that project, it's a project that is already fully finished as the project as itself. The houses, if you choose any of the houses you want to be built, it will take 6 months to be built. The idea, I'm going to send you through email all the info about the project, because I want to show you a little bit more, like to make you an idea of our market, but I'm going to send you all the information about this one, and I'm going to speak to you a little bit about how we can share commission on this thing. In Colombia, the commission is 3%, it's just 3%. So as I told you, we had sites on MLS, listing site and buyer site. So it will be 1.5% when you had a listing and 1.5% when you had a buyer. So with this project, I get a different kind of commission. I agree a 5% commission, so I will share with you 2.5% commission. If you get in touch with me to make investments in Santander, to any of my listings, I will give you the whole site. I don't have any problem about giving you the whole site. So I will give you in a listing that it is not my listing, 1.5% of the commission. In the project that I'm going to send you all the information, I'm going to give you 2.5% commission. But if you make an investment or your client make an investment in a listing that it is not of myself, I'm going to give you 30% of the site, and I will keep 70%, but I will make the whole thing for you. And you can relax about your client and about everything, and I will take care of everything. Taking him to tour, review all the documents, as I told you, and an attorney, so you don't have any problem about that. So again, Colombian regular commission, 3%. Of that commission, normally 1.5% each side. So if you send me clients and those listings are not mine, I'm going to give you 30% of the 1.5% of the site, okay? And I will keep 70% and I will do everything for you. If your client buy one of my listings, I will give you the whole 1.5%. And if you had a buyer interested into the project, I will give you 2.5% completely to you. Okay?
Sounds good. Juan Pablo, we have like 5 more minutes to go. Should we open it to questions or do you have any other?
Whatever.
To close it up?
I want to show you a little bit if you want to make a small investment, what you can get.
Yeah, tell us the prices. What would be a
Really
minimum
good.
price or how high can people go as well?
Exactly. Let's take a look. Right now, are you looking my interface spreads?
Yes.
Okay. So I switch it to dollars. You may find a studio, $41,000. $41,000. This studio was built in 2020. And this one right now is renting $187. And remember, in Colombia, the tenant is the one that pays the HOA, that will be $40. So you will get $187. The only thing that we take away from here is the commission of the real estate company that is going to administrate your property will be 10%. So they will take about $19 away from this rent. So this is something really good for you to buy, renting already, and to give you the idea of how attractive is this market for you right now. This other one, for example, 2015 is this is 2 bedrooms, 57 meters. It is about $41,000. This one, 2017, 2 bedrooms, $41,000. Let's go to the bottom. Look at this, $34,000, 2 bedrooms, 47 meters. It's something really, really, really cheap you may find in here. And for example, I have also another project just across, this is a seniors house project, just across International Hospital. But really luxury apartment with a nurse every time in there and just across the International Hospital. You may find a property like this in $116,000, and it's a really good property. Yeah. And for example, I would like to share to you, let me go to pesos so it is more easy for me to set up a search, and then I switch it to dollars. Let's see prices, things that you may find over.
Too many zeros.
Yes, too many zeros. These are land, like this, for example. This house, let's switch it again for dollars. These are lots to develop. This is for developers. This is something 20,000 meters, square meters, yeah, $7 million, but it is something to make a huge develop.
That's not $7 million. That's gonna, oh yeah, dollars.
Yes,
oh.
$7 million. And this house, for example, luxury house, this is below the $1 million, but it's a really luxury one. Take a look. Oh, I'm not sure if you are.
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah. Oh.
Wait.
You close it.
No. Oh. A second. Are you looking at the big picture or just the small ones, the 6 ones?
Just like that is fine.
Well, what's the square footage of that?
What the
Sorry?
square footage? The square footage. How big is the house?
I had it in pesos. That's sorry, in meters.
Yeah.
This house, for example, is 2,178 land, and the construction is 596 meters.
Okay.
It's a very big house, and it is in the city.
Can you show me more pictures?
Sorry?
He wants to see more photos.
Okay.
Like inside if possible.
Are you sharing the photos right now?
Yeah, he wants to see inside the house. Do they have any pictures inside? Oh, that's beautiful. And this is like a 700 or 800,000?
Exactly. That's below the $1 million. Take a look. But it is a
like a mansion.
Very exactly. It's a mansion. That's a mansion.
Yeah, you don't get that here in the state for $1 million, that's for sure.
What's the
of course you won't. You won't. I can bet you whatever.
What did you ask, Tony?
What's the HOA? How much?
HOA. How much is the HOA?
Nothing, because this is a house outside. It is a single house, and it is not in a. It's not
in an HOA community. Okay.
In a community, it is outside any community. So you own the land. So if you want to make another house, you can do it also, because it is 2,000 meters, over 2,000 meters of land.
Okay, so we have to cut it because we only gonna be here until 12:30. But Juan Pablo, is any way that you can give us all your contact information, put it on the chat, And also maybe can you give us some of the slide? We can send that presentation to everybody that was here.
I already sent it to you. I already sent it to your mail. So please send it to everybody. And I'm going to put my name.
Yeah, we have a lot of people asking, they want to contact you. So what you guys can do, put your WhatsApp information, because as you know, we use WhatsApp to call to Colombia. So you guys can call him directly and ask him, well, this is the idea, to create a relationship, to do business.
That's the main idea. That's the main idea. So I put it my WhatsApp number in there. Please write to me. Maybe I'm going to answer you after Monday because I'm in a small holiday with my wife and I'm in the countryside. So we are going to disconnect maybe in a few.
What's the telephone number?
The telephone number, he just put it there. It's like a 573-1346-50238. It's right there in the text. And I know, Nelson, did you have a question? I thought you were asking a question or something.
That was the question.
It's also my info is also in the presentation. At the end of the presentation, you may find my email and my number. Sorry, Nelson, go ahead again.
No, I was just trying to get your contact information, email, and all that, so we can.
It is in the presentation. So if you get the presentation, if Ariana is going to send it to all your mails, and in there at the end, the last part of the presentation is my contact information.
Thank you, Juan Pablo. That was an excellent presentation. And as you can see, we got a lot of people interested. So you're going to get a whole bunch of phone calls. And that is the idea, to get this going. Thank you, everybody, for attending today. And I'm going to give it back to Sarah. And I know Sarah is going to ask Anne to tell us about what's next.
Thank you so much, Adriana. Thank you, Juan. I am really, really impressed by your presentation. I am certain that we're going to connect with a lot of realtors out here who's interested in investing in Colombia. Do we have access to the, what is the website that you share with us? Santander Interface Express, or is that a private?
That's the private, but you may find info in this one, mlssantander.com. Yeah, I write it into the chat.
Awesome. Thank you.
But
so that gives them an opportunity.
You will find all the info. You will find some part of the info, but if you contact me, I will make any search for you.
So reach out to Juan Pablo. Remember, you have an opportunity to share and partner up with Juan. So with that said, thank you once again, Juan. We really appreciate you spending your time with us, even though you're on vacation. So really, really grateful for this opportunity. Before we end, I wanted to share with you all, I'm not sure if some of you are interested in trade mission. I wanted to let you know there is a trade mission to Portugal, which is going to be happening in July 22nd. June 22nd to 3rd of July. So if any of you are interested, reach out to me or Adriana, and we will share how to get connected with that. There's also going to be another trade mission to Brazil, which is going to be the first week of August.
And you're going to that one?
Yes, I am definitely going to that one. And I'm from Brazil, so those of you who don't know. And there is also going to be a trade mission to Toulon, which is going to be held in September. So we have 3 upcoming trade missions for the remainder of the year. So reach out to any of us if you're interested. But most importantly, I'm going to turn this over to Anne. She is going to be the task force leader to share with us about our next country, which is going to be Ecuador. We're going to have another Zoom event, which is going to be held. Let me make sure I have the correct date. It's going to be May 11th at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Anne. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I don't know how we're going to follow Juan's presentation. That was quite a great presentation you gave.
It really was.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're going to meet next month on May 11th at 1 p.m. Pacific time, which is 3 p.m. Ecuador time. I have lined up at least one person, Amy Prisco. She's been a realtor for 15 years. She started in Washington, D.C., and she's moved as an expat to Ecuador. And she has a huge brokerage over there, and she has 3 different cities where she has different offices. She's going to do pretty much the same thing. She's going to go over the culture, the prices, whether you can get a mortgage or not, the escrow process, and she's going to focus on 1 or 2 cities, just like Juan did. So we really look forward to you joining us next month. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Anne. We look forward to your event as well. But we are short of time. And before we close off this wonderful event, I want everybody to wish Adriana. She has a birthday coming up on Friday. So can we turn on our volume and sing her a happy birthday? Tell her how much she's appreciated.
Let me get my video so I can videotape you guys. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, everybody unmute yourselves. Let's sing her a happy birthday. I don't want to be the only one singing. You guys ready? Juan, you want to lead?
Yes.
All right.
I will.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Adriana. Happy birthday to you. Many, many more, Adriana. We love you.
We love you, Adriana.
Oh, that
Love
was
you.
awesome.
Congrats.
Thank you, guys. And actually, I had 2 birthdays. Many people in Colombia have 2 birthdays. So today, that's the actual birthday, but tomorrow, that's the day that all my papers were done. So there you go. So for my husband, he had to celebrate twice. So
Yeah.
well,
All right.
remember, guys, to go into the chat and you will see the 3 dots. Click in there and then save the chat. That way you will get everybody's contact information, because, you know, in real estate, our contacts, this is, you know, where we live from. So please be sure to save everybody's information. And Juan Pablo said that he sent the presentation. So I will go ahead and send that to Ashley, and Ashley can send the presentation to everybody that registered today. Sounds good?
Sounds good. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Juan. Enjoy the rest of your vacation.
Ciao, ciao. And Nelson said he's moving to Portugal?
Yes, that's right. I'm moving next week. I have finally got my resident visa, so my wife and I are going to be moving to the Algarve. So I'm very interested in the Portugal trade event that we have coming up.
Awesome. I'll connect you. Definitely. Do we have your information on the chat?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We'll reach out.
All right.
Awesome. Maybe we can go visit you in Portugal.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Awesome.
Thank you, Adriana, for the invitation. Thank you, Sarah, for the invitation.
Absolutely.
Really, I love to make these kind of things. I love to connect with realtors everywhere in the world. That's what we are with the art. It's exactly. It's
That's who we
that,
are.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's who we are. Exactly. And thank you again. And see you soon. I hope to be in Orlando in the expo this year. And well, I would love to meet in person with all of you guys.
Excellent.
Looking forward.
Thank you,
All right,
everybody, for
bye.
being
Thank you
here.
all.
Thank you.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you. Ciao.